Hello. Well, finally got the other two rooms and working on the third room. This is my old bedroom back in there. Yay. But I wanted to say something on like what some of the Republicans have been saying about uh, um like being outraged at black people for like since they had the five cops killed. And my thing about it is, they got really lucky blowing a bomb. You know, um And my other problem is like I kept hearing black people say, "Oh, the police was there to protect you." I'm sitting at home looking on TV or rather the internet, and every time I see, Black Lives Matter, like especially okay, let's say when we started off at Ferris, and we started off in Missouri, they were using tear gas. They were, we, you know what I'm saying? Don't. You know what I'm saying? I watched on the internet that the police, yeah, they were running for cover. Those people, like, they're lucky he wasn't shooting, at anybody but police. There could have been a lot more carnage, a lot more deaths. And then one of but like anyway, one of the sheriff, one of the chief of police of Baton Rouge, I do believe, he was up on the hill, and he was quoting um um statistics, right? About like, oh, 80% of all black people, kill black people, and the people up on the hill were like, well, that 80% of white people in an all white area, 80% of it's white on white crime, so, Chinese area, et cetera, et cetera. And the guy just looked like, what I'm saying? They're taking, and plus, like I mean, he obviously never did one of those surveys that a lot of the politicians, like, sent out. So and because it's a lot of the government people that are doing, getting the numbers that he's talking about. So he's trying to tell them that like anyway, and he didn't even know. He didn't even know, like, when they was making a joke. He had no clue. When they were making a joke on him, because like everything he said was factually misleading. I would say that since like people don't like to say if it's factually misleading that it's wrong, as he's grossly wrong. And the thing is that like now the police are acting like, oh, okay, so all Black Lives Matter people or all black people are out to get him. So that, and like you'll see, like here in Memphis, they had like the police, they had a picnic and everything. Oh, we're gonna make it all nice. We need to change the laws that caused this problem. We need to change the laws that Bill Clinton put in effect. We need to change some of the stuff, the Reaganomics that Reagan put in effect. And the reason why these things don't get changed is because you got the police chief from Baton Rouge over there crying about a very small part of America's bigger problem. Yeah, it's tragic. Five policemen got killed. It's tragic that 560 unarmed black people had got killed. Also. So like, it's a matter of the police respecting themselves enough to be able to be educated by admitting that there are faults. You cannot learn if you think everybody's attacking you. Why is everybody attacking the police in the police mind? Why do the police think they know what's in other people's mind? That's sort of a psychotic place that the rest of America just refuses to go. But we got respect enough to say, hey, at least for myself, I got respect enough to say, hey, if you want to go off on that hateful, psychotic rant, you know what I'm saying? Go there. But don't be thinking everybody else had their shoes on in your mama and daddy bed. We're not all was born by raised in your fucking house. We're not all part of the police. Like they got like here they're talking about like here we got an all black police. Jim Crow propaganda, or let me put it this way: the effects of Jim Crow type of policing and stigma that they put on the people is real. You know, these they're damaged. You know, they're more worried about materialistic stuff. They're more worried about, you know, like, I don't even know what the fuck they're worried about, because I couldn't worry that fucking much about some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If we don't get down to the bottom line, we're gonna turn around and we're gonna have a Republican-led country that's going flushing right in the toilet. We got a Trump now running for president. This guy is all about, hey, they're gonna take away. They're not going to bring any jobs. They're not going to take the jobs back from China, from Indonesia, from Vietnam. No, they're not going to do that and bring it back here. What they're going to do is try to house us. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole illusion. You know, but the only thing is that they don't, let me put it this way. America is not an island to itself. There's the rest of the planet, and you know, like, you could bully and humiliate and try to shame and disgrace black people to go along with continually getting systematically oppressed and disenfranchised from the workplace and the rest of society, and think that you're going to get these other people in these other countries that are going to go along with Trump. There's no fucking way. North Korea will bomb that bitch in a minute. You know, personally, I think all you got to do with a lot of these countries like North Korea to make nice with them is give them solar panels. Got a little brown out. It's so hot. And then the Republican convention, do they say anything about goddamn climate? The climate problem. It's hot out here. We've been, since last month, our heat index been in the hundreds, 3 digits. You know, I can't even, you know, cool off this freaking house enough. You know, so that's just another thing. And it's a cold city. You know, oh my God, today the sign is, I just couldn't freaking breathe. You know, I mean, and they're talking about coal is clean. Man, I was so much. And it's like over here at Fuller State Park, right? They put a coal, you know, electric company over here, the sewer thing over here, and they put a business. There's no park over there. The last thing that if Trump wins, what exactly thing is going to happen is that China, okay, guys, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, a whole bunch of these Asian countries, just go, and probably, you know, probably Russia too. They're gonna come over here and rape and pillage this motherfucker. They're gonna just take every motherfucking thing out. And you know what, Republicans or whatever, if the police are gonna be busy with their little robot bombs bombing a black American citizen, because they can't see the big picture. They can't see that the world doesn't revolve around them. They're not the ones that signed their paycheck. There are people that even above that the chief of police in pay. You know what I'm saying? In this country, it's about the haves and the have-nots. I'm one of the have-nots. You know, I got picked on by the Memphis police. And what was hilarious to me, like, they was following some gang guys for like 5 years. And like, that guys that had heroin and all this, they didn't really pick them up while they were doing crack. As soon as they got heroin, that was like, boom, they arrested them. And they're like so proud, like, now this justifies why they, you know, bully, harass somebody for 5 to 6 years. I don't know anybody. I could take anybody I know that's addicted to fucking heroin, and I could drop them off in an Arab country, you know, like Afghanistan, where there's plenty of poppy seeds. Okay, I could drop them off South America. I could drop them off anywhere, and I bet you it doesn't take more than 15 minutes to find your fucking dealer. Anywhere. Germany, France, London, New Zealand. You know, and you can even be in China somewhere, you know, you can get your prescription. You could bring your prescription, get your prescription before you could go. So, and as long as you got the right markings and everything else, you get a prescription. Nobody's, it's cool, right? That's your meds. So I don't know how it would take you 5 or 6 years, So like, and then like, so we don't really, and then when they go to trial, it's like, a year later, there's no more fast and speedy trial. And the thing about it is like, you don't want a fast and speedy trial that's fucked up. But you don't want a year later when they're talking about it, they're getting ready to go to trial, and you're like, what? And I gotta go read back and look at this stuff because like the 2 to 3 seconds they say in the news is not enough to give me the who, what, where, why, and how of the situation. Which to me is good journalism because at least I get informed. I know who it is, who's involved, named everybody who's involved. I like to know where it happened. There's just certain things that they're not giving us information on, and then the other thing is the police don't have no solution. They don't have solution. It's just, oh well, now they're all against us. And the next minute, oh, we all scared. They just shot this guy that was at work. He was with his patient, that had ran off. And I guess, I guess they should have just let the kid wander around and just maybe call the police. But no, he went and got the kid. While he's getting the kid, I don't know who this is keep making these phone calls to the dispatchers and saying these people have guns and the police run out there with their guns drawn. I personally, I think it's some policemen making jokes. Calling and making jokes to see, because the first thing that they did was shoot him. You saw what they did when they shot those 5 policemen. I was looking at the thing, and there's people talking about, oh, the police was running to take care. They ran into cover. You guys they were running all the way down the street. If you got a scope on it, they could have got a whole bunch more people. But I have to say, at least the man has some self-respect not to be shooting somebody that wasn't unarmed. They were taking cover. I think all the 300 so looking like that's how many pieces. Let's just say there's only 100. It only looked like maybe 9 of them was even trying to return fire. So and so the worst scenario if the police keep saying, oh, you're picking on us, oh, we got 5 people, and you don't respect the fact that there's casualty on both sides. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about Vietnam and the president goes over there, he puts a wreath on the over in their cemetery. He doesn't go, oh well, there was Americans got killed, and nobody cared about all the Americans we got killed, because that shows the lack of upbringing and a lack of self-respect. If you want somebody to understand you and empathize with you, then you gotta be able to at least listen. But every time you notice them, when you start talking about something that they've been programmed to take as something negative towards them, you know what I'm saying? No, if somebody else has another opinion, if a motherfucker has their own mind, you should respect that if you want them to respect yours. But the problem is that we have to change the laws. We have to change the 3-strike laws. We have to change the laws that are causing this. It's if the police want to run around and think, oh, everybody's after them and everybody hates them, good. Let them run over there like chickens without their heads. But let more calm. We need people that really roll up their sleeves and start working. And if the black community needs to go ahead and listen to the racist Republicans and about the Second Amendment, we need to start our own militia. We got to protect our fucking kids. If your kid's in the park playing with a toy and gets shot by the police, they're talking about, oh, well, he looked grown because he's tall. That right there, that's a lack of respect, disrespect for the community. You don't give excuse that you expect to hear from a 2-year-old to grown folks. There's no, what I'm saying, there comes a time when, you know, um, when you have to realize that the world doesn't revolve around you and yours. It's a bigger world than that. And if you think that it's only the American black folks that have problems, that only in the United States that have problems, you can look in any other country. But I'm telling you, black people are talking about, oh well, they was there to protect you. I don't know. Every time I see them out on the riot, they're spraying mace in them. They're shooting them with rubber bullets. They're bombing them with tear gas. Now, if you feel safe with somebody that's gonna, shoot you, throw tear gas at you, and you think that person's there to protect you, then we have a real problem in the United States. And we need to fix it now, because let me tell you something. Russia's ready to come and get all this money that the Republicans is trying to deny black folks. They don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, go ahead. I mean, look at that thing at that convention. It looks like you're opening it up for Russia, China, and whoever else wants to march in, and all they got to do is say, and we white. And let me tell you something. The first people they're gonna, because they're like, oh, you can't trust this person. The first people are the ones that was sucking the jelly out the butt. It's the first people they're gonna eliminate, because they're not gonna think you're trustworthy. You're gonna be a turncoat. So if the police think the American citizens is against them, then maybe that truly you do need to fix our schools. We need to do something so people will not be thinking that the whole world revolves around them and their little situation. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta say to the police is, really, 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 you can't respect the fact that anyway, I seen that show where they shot that one guy talking about he didn't have a headlight. I heard what he said. He said he was pulling over the guy because he had a wide nose. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so, and y'all make your little racist joke. I mean, I still can't get over that sheriff up on the hill talking like that. And not even realizing that he was being made fun of then. Excuse me, my sinus is acting up. Anyway, it baffles the mind. But, just hash with the police. Don't even fucking pay attention. But, we have to do what we have to do to make America, children safe. To you know what I'm saying? There are no jobs in the ghetto. I'm living up in the goddamn ghetto. If anything, let me tell you something about these one guys when they came out of prison, when I showed up, and they pretty much got let out in 2008, 2009. There's a certain group, and one over here lives over here, like one block over, with his mom, right? And but anyway, so he had went to prison for rape, and the crazy thing about this guy is he just imagines he has sex. I didn't realize, because at first the guys didn't tell me what was with him. They thought I was already having a sexual relationship with him. But the guy, you can't have a sexual relationship with him because I don't really give a fuck about his that's all he wants is worry about himself. I don't give a fuck about him. I didn't get a chance. No, but anyway, this is the point. He came over. I'm sitting on the porch. He comes over and he wants to not like I'm a fucking psychiatrist. But anyway, which is it's interesting. But some days, I don't some of the things they do is very disturbing. So anyway, he gets a contract with the city, right? Whatever, and he got trained while he was in prison. So he gets it's big money, $4,000. Oh wow, I'm just now my panties is all wet and they're gonna just fly off and I'm gonna fly on my back and spread it. No. So anyway, so he goes back up to his house, right? And 2-3 months later, I hear on the news where they're talking about these guys gutted the whole place. This one lady, she had her plumbing was leaking. All he had to do was maybe put some plumbing putty or whatever, tighten things up, new pipes, whatever. He took the pipes out, but he didn't put the pipes in. They put holes in the drywall, but they didn't fix it. They did all this stuff. So You know what I'm saying? Because like he didn't understand like this money here is for you to buy supplies and then you get paid. You know, after you finish the job. Like it's just like if you work at McDonald's, they don't pay you like you show up like it's your first day. Oh, here's your money for the whole week. No, you work that whole week. You might have to work 2 weeks before you get that paycheck. So anyway, so so like here they came out of jail and oh my god. This one lady over here, she's just now getting her house back straight. Anyway, so they're coming out of jail very hateful and not trained right. And another thing is this one guy, all his kids that he had, he when he was in prison, he got the jailer pregnant. Okay, and they got a hard thing on edge to D. But do not, and the Republicans are not going to let them have any rubbers up in the jails. So jealous why you up there fucking those people up in there. Remember they had a life before they went in jail, and you probably got never mind. You just had to be a sorry ass punk ass motherfucker if the only motherfucker you can fuck is in a cage and can't go nowhere. You can't. Never mind. I just think that like we just don't worry about the police. You know what I'm saying? Being all scared and everything. Because what we have to do is get our laws and get our constitution, our civil rights, you know, reinforced. And to take some laws that are devastating to our community off. We still have to fix the student loans. You know, that to me that is something that's appalling, something that is tearing at the fabric of our society that we don't have our children or tomorrow won't be able to afford college. You know, anyway, it's you know what I'm saying. We have to fix what's broken or replace it. If it doesn't work, replace it. But it's not about oh they don't like us, oh they're against us. Look, all I gotta say about the police is maybe don't shoot people that are unarmed, especially children. You know, maybe show a little bit more respect to the family. You know what I mean? This guy he shot that was at work, he's over there bleeding out. If it hadn't been in his leg, if it had been any place else in his chest, that's another thing. You don't flip somebody over after you shoot them too, because like say the bullet was lodged near their heart, you flip them over, it could still gravity still rules, and it could travel inside, and then they're dead. So they're doing everything. Oh, this is the funny thing about it. This guy was talking about choking, right? And then you know when you take Red Cross and you learn about you clear their mouth. Okay, there's a difference when you swallow like a grape or you swallow a button and it goes into your mouth and lodges in your esophagus. That's different than when you're squeezing somebody's throat. See, there's a difference. And he was trying to make it sound like, oh, well, he had a heart attack. And the guy's like, and the guy on the hill's like, I got the medical papers right here, and they said he died from being strangled, you know, from air being cut off. He's like, no, it was a heart attack. He's gonna yell at this guy, and I guess the doctor's wrong, all the congressmen wrong, the rest of fucking America is wrong, you know, but because we gotta agree with you. No, some of us have our own motherfucking opinion, and that's what God gave us. So you take it out with God because he gave us free will, Mr. Sheriff, Baton Rouge. Take it up with God. Please.